Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. In a global unprecedented move, first of its own kind, the island nation of Maldives has implemented a generational prohibition, a generational ban on smoking. It has prohibited anybody who has taken birth after January 1st, 2007 from being sold, from buying or from using any form of tobacco. This will be effective from 1st November 2025, which means it is already in place now. And this step has made Maldives, the small island nation known for its beautiful scenery, known for its beautiful beaches and a very robust tourism. Yes, this country has become the first and the only country with such a law in place right now. It reflects a radical change of path towards restoring public health and improving the lifespan, the longevity of people. What is the rule in India? And which other countries have tried to do something similar but have not been able to? This also touches upon the recent move of Indian government to completely revise the GST tax structure. From a multi-slab structure, it became a structure with very few slabs. And if you remember, a separate structure, a separate slab has come now as a part of GST, and that's being called as the luxury and sin goods. Yes, in India, it is alcohol and tobacco products that will be covered under this high rate slab. So many countries across the world are trying to put some kind of a ban to discourage people from consuming tobacco in any form. After all, the reason is that according to World Health Organization, about more than 7 million people globally die every year owing to tobacco abuse. This is the mortality rate. But even apart from that, tobacco is a leading cause of non-communicable disease the world over. And therefore, this move taken by Maldives is being celebrated as a great milestone across the globe. Now, in 2021, more than a quarter, that is more than 1/4 of Maldivian population, adult population, that is from 15 years to 69 years of age, was using tobacco in some form. And this is a result of a national survey done there, which also showed that the rate was almost double for young teens from 13 to 15 years. That means not only a complete wastage of youth potential, human resources, it also means drug abuse that's very popular among the teenage group. Now, to stop all that, Maldives has taken this dramatic step. The law today that's passed in Maldives will cover all forms of tobacco. It will apply to both the residents as well as the tourists in Maldives. As I said, known for its tourism. Therefore, this step is extremely critical because not just for the citizens but also for the people who visit Maldives, the ban shall apply. And anybody who is born, as I mentioned, after or on 1st January 2007 is permanently barred, permanently stopped from purchasing, using, dealing in tobacco products. Therefore, even the shopkeepers, the retailers must verify the age before selling tobacco products. If they fail to do that, the government has also put in some very strict measures like a fine of 50,000 Maldivian rupiah. That is about $3,200, a major fine there. And the Maldives also has banned all kinds of vaping and e-cigarette products, regardless of your age, with a very heavy fine here as well. If you are found to possess, to own any of these products, vaping products, e-cigarette, then also whether you possess it or whether you are carrying it, the fine is quite high. That's about $320 is the fine that you will have to pay. So all this, all in all, a very targeted social campaign towards eradicating tobacco abuse. The government has also banned, prohibited import, ownership, usage, manufacturing and distribution of all kind of vaping materials in the Maldives last year, that is in 2024, and now this recent ban on smoking just adds to the strict law that Maldives government is now focusing on maintaining among its young population. Now, when you look at the enforcement part of it, because any law Any law is, in reality, functional when its application part is rigorous, because on paper many laws are passed. But the real difference comes only when these are applied rigorously on ground. To make sure this happens, the Maldives government is also saying that age verification by sellers, by vendors is mandatory under law. There is a heavy penalty for those who violate. Just to stop them from breaking the law, there is a universal ban on vaping and e-cigarette, as well as the government has made it very clear that products like e-cigarettes are not to be considered as a replacement or substitutes of traditional cigarettes. Each of these have a harm on human health. So therefore, all of them are banned, and this also makes Maldives, apart from few other countries like New Zealand, apart from United Kingdom, which have taken a very dramatic move like that. But let's understand, if you compare it with New Zealand, then back in 2022, New Zealand had also banned smoking, but owing to protest, owing to lack of proper implementation, the law was changed. Back in 2023, the smoking ban was taken away. And similarly, if you look at United Kingdom, still it is in the process of legislating a process of creating a moratorium, a ban on smoking, but that's still under legislation, which makes Maldives unique, because now Maldives has indeed become the leader in strongly implementing such a complete prohibition over here. Now, if you compare the situation of what Maldives has done to that of India, then in India also there is a particular legislation called Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Product Act, the COTPA Act 2003, that comes into picture. It all goes back to 1999, when a very famous verdict came from the Kerala High Court. Now, from the Kerala High Court, it was a landmark judgment that made news, which said smoking in public places should be banned, because it is not only dangerous to the lives of those who indulge in drug abuse, but it also leads to passive smoking. All in all, it is quite against the fundamental right, Article 21, the right to life. Very recently, the Supreme Court had also observed that environmental pollution is also a violation of Article 21, because to breathe a clean air, to live in a safe, secure environment is quite a part and parcel of right to life. That is Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So in 1999, the Kerala government had said that therefore smoking in public should be completely prohibited. It is absolutely a violation of fundamental rights. And it was this landmark judgment which later created a base. It created a foundation for a very strict tobacco control policy in India. Later, it was only back in 2003 that the Indian government then passed the decision which is called as the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act. This prohibits smoking in public places. And it also says there are penalties, there are punishments and fines in place for those who violate. All because there is another landmark decision here, and that is the Murli S. Diora versus Union of India case. This is also a landmark case here, which eventually impacted the creation of the COTPA Act. So technically in India, yes, it is not permitted. We cannot go about using tobacco products openly and smoking in public, creating a danger to the lives of others, violating their fundamental rights. But the problem is that implementation has been a real problem. So we can say somewhere there is a lag between having this law in India and having this law been actually implemented on ground. So that's the dichotomy that comes into picture from India's example. Okay, so now quickly a practice question here. Consider the following statements regarding tobacco control in Maldives. 1. Maldives has become the first country in the world to enforce a generational tobacco ban, which prohibits smoking, buying, selling, owning of any tobacco product for anyone who's born after January 1, 2007. Looking at second statement, the generational tobacco ban was introduced in 2021 and was implemented immediately for all the age groups. And 3, as per a national survey in 2021, among the Maldivian population, the tobacco usage Among the teenage group, that's 13 to 15, was almost double of that seen in the case of adults, that is 15 to 69 years age bracket. So which of these statements according to you are true? You can let me know the answer. But when you talk about the lack of a strict implementation in India, the fact that in New Zealand there was a law that was passed but still it had to be taken away. So when you see these things happening around, do you think it is more about the question of law and order? Is it really about Article 21 as much as is it about GS paper 4 ethics? What about the ethical dimension of this issue? The fact that people are passively causing harm to others owing to drug abuse. So therefore, are these complete bans justified? And will they really help in tackling the menace of drug abuse, especially in countries like India with a massive population? You can let me know your suggestions, your viewpoints and comments, and we can discuss about it. And now, before we end the lecture, there is a quick reminder that yes, please note down 18th November 2025 is when we are beginning another batch. A fresh batch is beginning 18th November. What is so special about it? Well, the speciality is that you are going to get GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the backbone of UPSC exam. Apart from that, heavy discount on the optional that you choose. CSAT, guidance, note making, time management, counseling, preparation strategy, essay writing, answer writing, all of that a part of the package. At what price? At a price of only $29.99. More than 1 year of support, mentorship and hands holding only at $29.99. So you can enroll for the course today. Boost your chances of success in UPSC 2027 because well begun is half done. And for those of our students who are coming from the Northeast, who are coming from the Southern India, for you we have a special English batch here. For those who prefer Hindi, there is a separate Hindi batch. And of course, for those who like studying bilingual, we have the Hin-English batch also. If you are writing the exam next year and you feel time is not there, don't worry. You can still call us, contact us, fill up a form that's here in the description box and let us know if you want to get guidance for 2026. At a very easy price, you can still take courses for 2026 as well. All you need to do is to use the code SPLIVE, code SPLIVE, and immediately take the benefit of the sale. Similarly, for those who are writing in 2028. For UPSC 2028, take no chance. Take no chance because opportunity doesn't keep coming again and again. So here is a great one. 18 November, the batch is beginning for 2028 also. You can enroll today. Why? Because the price is unbelievably low. You are getting various GS subjects, all of them, GS 1, 2, 3, 4, at 34,999 only. This is more than 1 year guidance, complete support, hands holding, 24/7 mentorship. All GS optional, heavy discount, CSAT included, essay writing included, answer writing included, plus the chance of winning exciting scholarships. How can you apply for the course? Either use code SPLIVE and yes, enroll for it now, or fill up a form in the description box right here and we will reach back to you. Do remember, opportunity doesn't come again, but the exam is definitely round the corner. So do apply for the sale and boost your chances of UPSC selection. Thank you so much.